The track hits your eardrum like a slug to your chest. Like a vest for your Jimmy in the
What is good, ladies and gentlemen? It is Friday, February 21st. And listen, I'm feeling fucking fantastic. Just fantastic. Dan's always on mute to start the stream, so I can't hear him talk shit. I love it. Unmute. It's not your mic, it's on the StreamYard. But regardless if Dan can work a computer or not in 2025, still can't hear him.
Now you really muted me. You
Yeah, I don't know what's up with him. Anyway, listen, he's fucking up my mojo. Listen, so Team Canada won against the USA, and if you need a recap of that, here's a little recap of not the game, but how Rocky Prop was looking just a couple days ago when everyone was talking a lot of shit. And now I have the video in here somewhere. Hold on. Here, save this video for Degen. Yeah. You already know what time I'm on. You already know what time I'm on.
Go USA.
Caught a lot of slander. All right. And I get it. I live in the States. I'm from America. Probably should root for America, right? Nah.
I'll never forgive the Nelk boys for this. I'm just going to be honest with you guys.
For the Nelk boys? What the fuck is the Nelk boys have to do with it?
They've made a generation of young American kids think they're Canadian. It's the stupidest fucking thing.
No, it has nothing to do with Nelk boys.
Canadians don't even want Canadian.
I do. It has to do with Sydney, the GOAT, Messiah, Crosby.
Heroes, okay?
No. It's definitely not Nelk boys. Anyway, fantastic game. And I'm sure Brian... I mean, actually, he might have watched it. Brian, did you watch a little bit of this game?
Did Brian watch it or did his fucking mom watch it? Honestly, I'm thinking the third co-host should be Brian's mom. The way she was breaking down the game.
I watched it. I was doing my taxes while I was watching it.
Doing his taxes. All right. Well, for anyone that
hates hockey. For
anyone that didn't get a chance to check out the game, let me update this layout real quick. Uno momento, por favor, and we're gonna play this this breakdown here live on stream for anyone that wasn't in attendance or watching online. So here we are. Let me get this. This is an absolute stunner of a video I saw and had to grab it. Here we go. Recap of the Canada USA game.
I can't see fucking shit out of this thing.
Trying to weave. He scores!
God damn it! Now it's my turn.
Back on it, Taves.
I'm so fucking scared right now.
Prank him, John.
Don't do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Give it to me.
Now a wraparound by Matthews and they score! Brady can check!
What the fuck is a kilometer?
You want to see me do it again?
Back goes good buddy Werenski. Right on net. Rebound.
I dropped my hot pocket.
He's trying to pass. They score! With the New York Rangers is Mitch Marner. High.
What a pass here by Marnes.
God, please!
Bennett scores!
Oh no.
For Team USA tonight.
My turn, assholes.
That is really said.
Oh, great heavens!
Oh, look, he's flying.
Don't you ever touch my puck! Overtime!
In terms of the over.
Hold on.
I don't know.
Wait a minute.
It was the too many.
What the hell is even
We
that?
got fucked on that call, by the way, too.
We're waiting.
Nope.
Bouncing puck.
Oh shit!
Finish him.
Daddy!
Again kicked out. The fall.
Dude, what a game by bro.
Didn't fucking stop like 6 shots that he shouldn't have.
Unreal.
He's just stupid.
How do you leave him wide open?
Contacts.
But wait, there's more.
Canada is going to be our 51st state.
Let's go!
Yeah, that was as a free country, by the way. That's it for Canada. Welcome to the United States. And you guys you win the battle, but you really lose the war.
Maybe, but I'm now realizing there might not be anything I could do right in the eyes of Admiral Brian. Nothing. I can't get a smile out of him. Like, dude, he looks like a disappointed father.
It is very disappointing that a red-blooded American like Rocky would root against his own country.
I don't give a fuck. I don't like root for taxes and potholes. I don't give a fuck. I voted for Trump. I did all this shit. Hockey is me. It's mine, and it's Canada's. I don't give a fuck. All right, and it's Sidney Crosby's. And fuck Austin. I'm rooting for Austin Matthews. By the way, if you watch the game-winning goal, as a centerman, your job, and I play center in hockey, is to maintain the front of the net or behind the net if the defensemen are in front. Adam Fox goes behind the net to chase a puck that's rimming along the wall. Then Matthews goes towards Mitch Marner, and you leave the best player right now on earth wide open in the slot. I almost didn't believe it when I saw it. It didn't even it wasn't even like one of those goals that felt like it was just like a miraculous effort. Like I couldn't believe he was wide open in front.
I feel like, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but it just looked like the United States team might have been just sick or had like a bug going. They just look sluggish, dude. The first game they had a lot more pop, and I feel like a lot more vigor when they were skating just in general. It looked like they were just tired, to be honest with you.
I think part of it was when you dictate the game into your style, like when you beat the fuck out of people in the first 9 seconds of the game, you're dictating your style of game that you want to play. It's a rough physical game. Yeah. And you kind of dictate the pace the entire way. They played Canada's game, and also like when you're dealing with a lot of skilled, fast, speedy players, you don't really want to play that game, as well as dude, they pretty much, in my opinion, they should have won this game. The unreal amount of chances they had in overtime and the amount of amazing saves that Jordan Binnington made saved this game from being a blowout.
All the shit talked about him, I heard more shit about him than I've ever heard about him, period. But everyone's like, he's a piece of shit. Like, he's a terrible goaltender. He won the game for them.
No, he did it.
There was like back, like 3 to 4, like chances ridiculous in a row saves. That he had just ridiculous fucking saves. Jesus Christ.
Oh, your flag came in. Aw.
Look at that. I'm
so happy for you.
Shadows, good job for winning something on Dabble. Proud of you, buddy.
Shadows, yeah, hell yeah. I won a little dollar on Dabble. I like that. And Rocky Prop back in the fucking scoring streak. Drops a quick little correct score.
Yeah, he stayed away for as long as he could, fellas. He's back.
Yeah, when it comes to hockey,
like, I'm done. 4 days later, what do you guys got for college basketball? You got a little college basketball?
Yeah, it's literally right when I joined the stream. I go, Brian, what do you got for college basketball tonight? Yeah, and we'll see if Rocky, when we get to wagers, has a parlay for it. But I don't remember by the way. Oh, he might. Also, another reason why I'm in such a great mood, I am happily employed again, which is very nice.
A real job.
Had a great day at work, a real job, and
real job, folks.
Things have been going good. So I also
chef at the local McDonald's, Rocky motherfucking Prop, just slinging fries. And I'm telling you, this kid doesn't put too much salt on those fries. He's not a piece of shit like that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna overdo it with the sodium. But listen, if our president could work at McDonald's, why not me? Like Russell Westbrook, why not?
It's a great job that you could support a family on. That's what we all need to know. That's it.
A little Mickey D's cooking the parlays. With that being said, I do not recall because I know like I'm the biggest hockey fan here, and I know Dan does fancy some hockey, and I know Brian doesn't give a fuck about hockey, even though he's a Flyers fan. I don't want to make the whole show about hockey. We went through the tournament, awesome experience. I do at some point want to pull up later in the episode what an absolute fucking stud PK Subban has been on ESPN, because the entire week ESPN has been freaking out about how well this tournament has gone for the NHL, and it's been NHL versus NBA as the headline, and they're like, what does the NBA got to do to compete? Which is insane, because they beat the NHL in every possible metric financially. So I want to get to that a little bit later, but did we get a chance to fully recap Daytona? I know it was a couple days ago.
I don't even think. I think we sucked our own dicks for a little bit there, but I don't know if we really recapped it.
Just touch on it a little bit. I'm gonna change my lighting while I do that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we could break it down really if you wanted to. Brian, do you want to break it down? Because I don't give a fuck at this point. I gotta be honest with you.
We went 2 for 2. I went 2 for 2 on matchups. Dan went 2 for 2 on prop.
2 for 2. Yep.
It was a shit show of a race.
Did you like that they didn't throw the flag though? I was appreciative that they didn't fucking yellow flag it in the
I was fine with it. I felt like Logano had the best car. He tried to squeeze it in the middle when he had
with a fucking late ass block.
It was a late block, but he had no business even making that move at that point. It was like he had like 15 laps left to make a move. So up and down day for Logano. He had he won the first stage. He had car issues. He went a lap down. They fixed it. He got his lap back, and then he was charging at the end, and he's just got a little bit too aggressive, I feel like.
Yeah, but you know what? When you're stuck, you ever been on the highway and for some reason you're just behind a car that's going like 4 miles under the speed limit, but you can't get around them because people are flying past you on both sides? Like, eventually you swerve, you flip the old grandma off, and you keep fucking cruising. Logano was going to fucking swerve and flip fucking Stenhouse off and keep cruising, but Ricky came down late. And you got to love when Ricky is Ricky. Ricky is literally Ricky Bobby. That's kind of who he is. He's always first or last. He's crashed. I mean, he's a little bit better now than he was, but he likes to crash. He's pretty aggressive. He's quite dumb on top of it. And Logano, I think, was just really pissed off that he had to sit behind fucking Stenhouse.
He dated Danica Patrick before Aaron Rodgers did.
Who did?
Stenhouse.
Ricky Stenhouse banged Danica Patrick?
Public knowledge.
Oh, God. She's got no fucking standards, huh? She just doesn't. Just throwing that thing around town. Okay. Anyways, Rock, great lighting change. Glad to see you're back. We really did cover Daytona last time, but
okay, that's what I figured.
I thought the Cup race was I thought it was fantastic. Not well rated because of the rain, I'm assuming, but I thought it was a good race. Pretty clear.
Another shit show this week coming up.
Yeah, what stood out to me, I didn't get a chance to check the race, was I saw how many people did not finish, and I ended up watching the highlights and saw the amount of carnage that there was. And the race was also pushed for its start time, correct, as well, right? From the rain?
Yeah, it was rained out for, 5 hours, probably?
Yeah, they moved it up an hour. They ran like 10 laps. Then they threw caution because of rain. And then they sat around, dried the track. I don't think they went back out until like 6:30.
It was like 6:30. It was a late race, but that race is kind of becoming like, just don't get into a wreck. And in the last 2 laps, it's all doesn't matter anymore. Just fucking run it.
Yeah, and that's just something I wanted to touch on because I know it's a trending topic, but there is one thing trending topic-wise that I feel like we definitely have to cover, and it is concerning the face of the future of the NBA, and this is breaking news with that I heard first from Adam O'Brien and the Degen group chat, had to go verify, which is kind of trending in the wrong direction for Victor Wembanyama, the San Antonio Spurs, and the National Basketball Association. With Victor Wembanyama suffers a blood clot, which I believe is in his shoulder, and has been shut down for the rest of the season. Parlayed with said blood clot and his being shut down for the rest of the season is talk of his possible career being possibly in jeopardy. Kind of want to break this down a little bit. A lot of people are talking about it could be from, can't say it on YouTube, from the VAC with the CC and the I and the N and the E. So trying to figure out, you can't.
World. I hate this.
Isn't it suck? Doesn't it suck? But apparently,
stupid. Go ahead.
I'll say it. The facts.
Don't you say it. Good Lord.
I said it.
Anyway,
I don't give a fuck. Anyway, but regardless of it, so first and foremost, before we just kind of like go off on tangents talking about it, I kind of want to just break down first and foremost, not knowing as much about his condition. What does this mean for everything that has to do with, one, we'll start with the San Antonio Spurs, then we'll get into the NBA.
Is this as bad as we're thinking it is right now? I thought it was just a blood clot. Like I thought.
Yeah, well, the last blood clot I saw was in a player named Chris Bosh, and he never played again.
Don't do
so
that.
It is as bad as you think it is, because
but it's in his shoulder. But Bosh had fucking what's up, Bosh had some shit with his heart too, right?
I don't know if it was he had a blood clot in his lung. No, but the thing is, it doesn't really matter where in your body a blood clot is. The fact that it deals with your nervous system and your veins, and your veins being connected to your heart, is practically the exact same thing.
I feel like we're 2 Italian guys talking about medical science right now, and there's only one of us that's like slightly the right
Okay. All right.
Distinction. I said distinction. Brian went to the public Ivy League school in Ohio. Like, he probably
For
knows
finance, not for medical.
He probably knows a doctor.
Okay,
and
but listen. Yeah, I know. Okay.
So I'm reading it right now. It's called DVM.
Off to a flying start. Flying start. What a flying start.
Vein thrombosis in his right shoulder. It's a serious condition that occurs when blood clots form in vein deep in the body. And so such blood clots can break loose, travel through the bloodstream, and lodge in the brain, heart, lung, and other organs. So
this is like a similar thing to Bosch, then.
Yes.
Right,
yes. Okay, but outside of if Bry has the medical experience or not, what we do know is the National Basketball Association and the San Antonio Spurs. That's why I kind of wanted you to touch on, regardless of if it's career ending or not, which praying to God, hopefully Wemby's fine and it's not, because what a talent. But even outside of that, hope he's good in life in general. With the San Antonio Spurs, what does this mean for them? Because, you kind of invest all your chips in building around him, and then this happens, and now you have Stefan Castle and Chris Paul and a couple old pieces. For the season, they weren't going to do anything anyway, so it's probably smart to shut them. And De'Aaron Fox, that's right, they just made a big trade. It's not a bad idea to shut them down. You're not winning a championship this year anyway, but realistically, Luka's out of shape. Giannis already has a championship. What does this mean for the league? Like, LeBron's not going to be here for another 3 years.
I mean, he was the next one.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. Incredible talent. He also...
Him or Shea, right?
Also, a dude I saw on Instagram got yelled at by his mother for placing a $10,000 straight bet on Victor Wembanyama to win Defensive Player of the Year at minus 3,500. Would you like to know what the payout on that parlay was?
Like $150?
$250. $10,000 wager to win $250.
What is the point?
There is no point.
That's so much risk for nothing.
And I guess he just thought it was such a huge lock, and who knows, he might still get it.
Sucks,
but he's not.
Buddy, I'll tell you that.
That's karma hitting you, but also
this is why you do not. This is the same thing that we yell at Rocky Prop about. You don't take stupid fucking lines for no fucking reason. You just don't do it. If it's juice to the tits like that, and you aren't a millionaire, and you don't have $10,000 to lose, do not place $10,000 bets on the most juice shit you could put. If I'm gonna lay the wood on 10 grand, Bri, I want what? Minus 110 to whatever plus number I get, right? I'm not laying fucking 10K on anything above minus 150.
Yeah, to win 250, he could just place the $250 bet.
Yeah. Fuck, what are we doing, man?
Trying to see if they can
find back to my point. We're all, the young generation's Canadian and they're stupid. This is what happens when you model yourselves after Canadians. This is what happens.
All right. I know you're a little salty because you lost the game that they created, but regardless of it, real quick, I'm not saying this dude is the most certified to touch on this topic. He does apparently have an MD. Usually, someone I go to for sports coverage on certain injuries. Brian? So I want to not Brian. I'm going to pop up a video real quick. Just so we can get a more explained breakdown, even if he's not a fucking, it says I've seen his shit before. He is an MD apparently, but he'll give a better explanation than any of us can. We'll watch the first minute or so. Yeah, usually this is how doctors look, Bri.
Dropped this morning, the San Antonio star player is set to miss the rest of the season with a blood clot in his right shoulder. In this video, we're going to talk about exactly what in the world is going on. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dr. Brian Suter, and the goal in this channel is to teach you more about the medical side of the sports world. And today, that means we're going to be talking about a condition called Paget-Schroeder disease. This is a fancy term for the name of when you get a blood clot, or specifically a deep vein thrombosis, DVT, in the veins in the shoulder. And specifically, this often happens in athletes who are doing a lot of repetitive overhead activity. We, of course, saw this happen with Brandon Ingram when he was with New Orleans, and of course made a full recovery and did just fine. So in no way is this in and of itself something that is career ending, but is very serious and can be a life-threatening thing if not discovered soon enough. So looking at the report from the Spurs here, announced that Victor Wembanyama diagnosed with a deep vein thrombosis, so that's a blood clot in his right shoulder. Expected to miss the remainder of the season, and updates as appropriate. So to understand this, we really need to start with our anatomy model and walk through where exactly this blood clot occurs. So we're looking here at the muscle layers, and as we hide the muscle layers, we're going to see the key blood vessels that are important here in the neck. Now we're going to hide some more through here to get a little bit better sense of things. And I want you to focus on specifically this blue blood vessel right here. This is going to be the subclavian vein. Sub, below, clavian, clavicle. So this is a large vein that is taking
that's all I needed to see
from the extremity, from the arm.
He has a blood clot in that portion of his shoulder, and obviously that attaches to a massive vein. That's probably your, help me here, because I'm not great at anatomy. What's the big vein that gets your collateral? What the fuck is it? What's your jugular? It's connected to his jugular vein. It's a sports breakdown, and we're looking at the injury. This is an injury. What have we become?
Bri, I don't give a fuck about this at all. What do you think?
I just hope he's okay.
He's fine. He's
Hope
21.
He's not fine, right?
Yeah, he's not fine. Season-ending injury.
Hold on. This guy just said that Brandon Ingram suffered the same thing, and it was easily fixed.
Yeah, but it's a season-ending injury. It's a breaking news.
The Spurs fucking weren't going to do anything important this season anyways. It doesn't matter.
I understand, but it's a season-ending injury, and I wanted to discuss it because there's not a lot going on with that the NFL. Dan, get with the program.
You want to listen to that clown show talk about anything?
I just played it for a minute. I just played it for a minute. He was
like, I'm a doctor, basically, kind of a little bit, but I'm going to bore you for the next 45 minutes of this fucking condition.
No, we watched about half the video. That was a 5-minute video, and we watched a minute and 30.
Stood still. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, I looked at Brian, and I don't know what's gonna amuse Brian.
What's gonna amuse Brian? I got a news story.
Okay. Let's go.
So AJ Brown went on a podcast with Philadelphia fan legend Gilly. Do you know who Gilly is?
No, riveting. I'm here. I'm still here. It's okay.
And he said the off-season move that the Eagles need to make is to get Myles Garrett.
All right. Well, fuck off. How about that?
Well, okay, great. I could have told you what he said on the podcast without even watching it. And here's Shadows with his parlay of the day per usual. Jameer Barricus, less than. Hey, did that last parlay hit? I'm assuming not because he didn't come into the chat.
I didn't even check.
14 points and assists.
Ooh, good work.
Less than. Wooga Poplar over 24 points, rebounds, and assists. Jackson Kohler over 0.5 blocks, and Danny Wolf over 24 points, rebounds, and assists. Oh, he won $1 on the last parlay, so that means you had like a protected thing. Does Dabble host that?
We hit LeBron James over 8 assists, but Miles Bridges only got 6 rebounds. So.
He said yes. Okay, so you missed one of them or so. By the way, real quick with Prize Picks, only because I've had some friends that just recently got on it and they've been kind of asking me for advice. They really are it's almost like watching like you play an experiment on children that are like infants and you put toys around them and see which ones they play with. Like they are infatuated with the protected play. And it's like, yeah, your play will go from 6x to 1.7x. And I try to break down to them why it's pointless. And they can't seem to grasp it. They're like, but dude, if I don't hit one, then I still get money. I'm like, dude, but it's not worth it. So if you hit all 4 of them, you're going to get a $100 payout. If you hit all 4 of them unprotected, you're going to get a $250 payout. So it's almost like subsequently like destroying your odds. And also Prize Picks doesn't show odds at all. Yeah, it's called hedging.
It's called being a pussy. That's what it's called.
I agree.
I mean, I've hedged before, but I'm not in this method.
I get hedging, Bri, but Prize Picks literally takes your fucking odds for like a 6-leg parlay from what it should be and probably below what it should be to like 2.5 like times what your bet is. It's the stupidest thing ever.
One,
and it doesn't show you odds.
And if you miss 2, they'll give you back like 35% of your money.
No, not even. That's the thing. Not even 35%. It takes it from a 6x on a straight fucking unprotected play to like a 5 or 4.5x, and then if you do not hit all of the legs, you get like 1.7 back. So if you put 25 or whatever the fuck, hey Shadows, what'd you put on that to win $1? He got $1 back. What'd you put on it? I'm curious. I don't really like it that much, and I also don't like the fact that it's a sports books and they don't show you lines. Also, I don't know if I said this last stream. I went behind the counter at my local gas station today, or recently, and I went to grab like a vape or something off the back shelf, and I walked by the what's it called? The lotto ticket machine, and I saw he got $1 back. Okay, well, great bet. I saw on the lotto ticket machine that it says place bet here. Bet increment. It's so normalized, I think, between people in the States to like play the lotto under the term play. But it was fascinating to me as someone who's a sports gambler to see them use the terminology bet for the lottery. Because if I said to someone, oh, you're a bettor, if they played the lottery, they'd say no. I just thought that was a fascinating like terminology.
It's such a common like happenstance, and like I remember when I was younger, like my mom would go in the store and get like $1 scratcher and be like, here you go, scratch this off. Like, it's just very fucking normalized, dude. That's all.
Yeah. And I was fascinated to see, because like, we always talk about how sports books and casinos kind of like manipulate the user into spending more money. Mm-hmm. And it's funny how it's also translates into the lottery into, they categorize it as a bet into the kind of person. It's just like playing. And it's also like, I've had conversations with women that are like, oh yeah, I do OnlyFans. And I'm like, oh, so you do pornography? And they're like, no, I do OnlyFans. I go, that's pornography. It's just the different terminologies based on how people look at it. I know you're probably like, dude, what a weird statement. It kind of correlates in the fact of like,
no, it's a factual statement. Like when
it's a factual statement.
It's gambling to talk to a girl with an OnlyFans just because you don't know herpes and such. But
fair enough.
It's also gambling when you place a bet to like on the numbers
on a lottery
ticket, or like I'll buy a $10 lottery ticket. It's just normalized. Like when in 70 years, when everyone places $10 same game parlays, it's going to be looked at the same thing. Like that's all it's going to be. It's just brand new.
Like, you're going to play for a game, yeah.
Well, gambling just it's just now legal in a bunch of states. Like it's going to take a while for it to be like England, basically. Yeah.
It seems like, obviously this is a stupid statement, but the real place to make money with sports gambling and this day and age is getting some kind of business started that is incorporated into creation of get people to gamble. Because obviously the mass public is terrible at it, and coinciding with the fact that it's available on your phone and anyone can do it. I know people run books, but there's platforms popping up everywhere. Like, what's that main one? Kalshi? Have you heard of Kalshi? Kalshi. Huge on social media right now. This is the sports books that allow you to bet on everything from Billboard Hot 100 trending songs, who Donald Trump is going to add into his office, and more every day. There's more books popping up for sports gaming tournaments, and it's just fascinating to see. And I just wanted to bring it up a little bit on stream, just as a sports bettor, seeing the development of this kind of already being something that was a popular thing throughout the years, but being a little bit more undercover through bookies or through casinos, now kind of formulating into something where it's like, the Degen Fantasy app. I mean, we should just, make our own little book,
I have no interest in wanting to be a bookie. It sounds like the worst thing ever, by the way.
but and can I ask you, so why?
Brian, explain to him why being the bookie is the worst thing ever.
I mean, DraftKings and FanDuel and all those apps, they take your money first, right?
Yes, that's how you're supposed to do it.
But a lot of bookies will do
credit, which you don't do. Yeah, if you're making a book and you don't do credit, it's profitable.
So
you have to do credit.
There's a very good possibility that at the end of the week, when you true up your balance, You don't.
You have to chase. Yeah, you have to chase people down.
Yeah,
but what if
it's way worse chasing people than it is fucking getting money from a bookie. Like I'd rather just beat the fucking book and not have to worry about that.
No, but that's true. But like, as someone who's creating, if you were to create a new type of sports betting, whether it's an application or way to do it, like there's one that's popping right now that actually originated from University of South Carolina. I have a couple friends that know the dudes that dropped out to continue this business, and it's actually doing pretty well. I don't think it's like a SoBet. I forget. It's called Rebet, and basically it's a sports book, but it takes every single thing on the sports book and explains it to the layman. So instead of it saying, will you take the spread -1.5, the bet is explained out verbatim. Take the Warriors to win by 11 or more. And just that small adjustment has skyrocketed this sports book into one of the top ones, obviously outside of FanDuel, Fanatics, and the other big main players in the game. So it seems like if there's an angle to be taken on a new way or to innovate or to relate to the public to, get them introduced to sports betting, there's a ton of profitability there.
Too old school to do that.
Fair enough. I just wanted to, get you guys' take on it. Because there is not a lot to touch on today, I do want to pull up this clip because relating back to the Four Nations tournament, I did find it interesting because the NHL, obviously, number one thing we lack is personality in our league. Like you see, like the NBA, regardless of how hard they play, they're stock full of personality, storylines, headlines, spokespersons, and stuff, and so on and so forth. PK Subban was a NHL player that he was drafted by the Canadiens, went to the Devils, and played in Nashville as well. One of the top African-American NHL players of all time. And he was on, it's not a bad thing to say, he was on ESPN this week and was talking and speaking on behalf of the NHL and kind of just ripped apart the NBA. And I just want to play this clip that I should record real quick for y'all and get your takes on it, because we kind of shared this same discussion recently. So, try your best to follow along. It's maybe like a minute or two long, and then we'll break it down and probably wrap up the episode.
Let's say the world take on the American players in the NBA, kind of somewhat sort of, what are you doing in the NHL? What do you think?
Well, listen, hockey's a different sport from the NBA. You can't compare the cultures because of the way the game is played. You can step on an NBA floor and go through the emotions. You can't do that in hockey. You can't. Like the culture of our sport, you have to play it with passion. You have to be willing to fight. You have to be willing to leave it on the ice. That's what fans are investing in. So for us, when we charge $1,500 for a ticket to come to fans know what they're getting. Cale Makar, the best defenseman in the world, wasn't in the lineup for this game. This was the most viewed game that we've had in years. And you see it, it's because it's not just based on the skill and talent. It's based on the pride, honor, playing for the guy next to you. I got a question for the NBA players. What the hell are you playing for? What are you playing for? It's not about the money. You make all the money. What, you're injured? Well, there's a difference between being hurt and injured. Are you hurt or are you injured? There's a difference. In hockey, we play hurt. We play injured. That is the culture of the sport. It's always been that way. So you want to talk about the business, the CBA, fans get all of that. But what do fans resonate with? They resonate with what's real. You got to fight sometimes for your country. You got to compete. You got to go out there and leave it on the ice because those people are paying the price of admission. So fans know whether our stars are on the ice or not, they're getting their money's worth. The NBA has that issue that they got to work on. You got to create a better culture for your players. It starts with the leaders. This issue, there was no issue when Jordan was around. There was no issue when Kobe was around. There's no issue when Sidney Crosby's around. There's no issue when Wayne Gretzky was around because those are true leaders. They lead by example. Sidney Crosby, Hockey Canada, those players, both Canada and U.S., it was the players that did that for the Four Nations. That's not the league. The league set it up, but the players went out there and decided and said, you know what, boys? We're all in. When is the NBA going to do that? Because, I haven't sat down and watched the NBA consistently since Kobe. Since Kobe has died, I have not sat down and watched the NBA consistently. I love basketball. Love the players. I think LeBron's great. I think KD's great. Steph Curry. Love watching them. But you got to be on the court. You got to be there, and when you're there, you got to go all in. The fans got to feel that they're getting their money's worth. And right now, there's a big difference between what the NHL's doing with those events and what the NBA is doing. Four Nations works because the players are all in.
I mean, so the main reason I wanted to bring that up was not to just shill hockey. I just one, I'm happy that there's someone that's speaking on behalf of the NHL in such a great fashion. But two, because there generally is a problem with other leagues. And it was fascinating to see a league that brings in $6.6 billion a year being talked about on ESPN compared to a smaller league like NHL saying, should the NBA do an international tournament? Can the NBA do an international tournament? And I bring this up not so we can get into the same debate that PK just so eloquently explained, but to ask both of you the general question of, do you think an international format like the NHL Four Nations would work on the NBA side? PK's point being no, because that the players just kind of you can't go through the motions in hockey that in the NBA you can. Do you agree, disagree? Do you think that's a possibility for not only just the NBA, but NFL or any sport to subsidize the All-Star breaks?
No, because in the NBA, the United States would blow out every country by 20 plus points.
And I think
hockey, at least the United States and Canada are fairly close, right? But there's no. I mean, the closest thing you can get to that is what baseball did a couple years ago with the World Baseball Classic, right? So you have America, Canada, Dominican Republic was stacked, Venezuela was stacked, Japan was stacked. So I think that's probably closer. But in the NBA, almost all the great players are American.
And that is true, and that was brought up.
Changed a little bit, though. I feel like there's way more of an international flair. Like Giannis, Greece. I feel like Jokic is in there as well. Luka. You got a lot of young talent coming up. We got Ricochet in fucking Atlanta now. He might be something. You got all sorts of Canadians in there, too. SGA Canadian. You could do a world versus the USA.
That's the play.
But he's right. It's the players that decide. If the players come out and they're like, I don't give a fuck, I'm not playing this game hard, they're not going to do it. The hockey guys don't give a fuck. They like playing hockey and they like winning games. That's it.
No, but
they're
even
going to play. They're different type of dudes.
Point being said, that point was brought up if it was USA versus the world for some kind of tournament that they do, whether it was a best of 3 series or some shit. With the NHL, it's not just that they like to play with. Obviously, the ongoing shit with Trump and the tariffs and the fucking 51st state, obviously added some flair to it, regardless of if that was the case or not. These players love fighting for the pride of the country, as well as the United States and America have always gone back and forth between. Canada hasn't won a Stanley Cup in the past 50 years. The United States does talk a lot of shit, and it's Canada's game. So it will always be, if you put those two on the ice against each other, a battle of pride for your country. It's just kind of instilled in the blood of the game. With the NBA USA versus the world, the only thing that you would need to get this going is you'd have to stir the pot. And meaning you'd have to stir the pot as in there needs to be a ginormous dialogue to infuriate the United States players, as in hey, yeah, you win all the time at the Olympics because the foreigners are all spread out overseas. But if you really think about it, collectively as one team, if there was a world team, meaning Luka Doncic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and all these different players, Nikola Jokic on one team, that foreign players are better than American players. And if you can stir the pot and really jag some jabs at either country, you could motivate them enough to be able to be angry, to compete hard. But that's, again, bringing it to the same point where in the NBA, you need to have these players somehow buy in, and where the NHL, it's just hockey's culture is you are bought in and you're fighting for your country. So there are 2 great points from both of you. Is that something you would want to see, especially if they did buy in?
I think we both just want to see a fucking product that people
doesn't
care
suck.
About. The one thing that he's right. When Jordan was there, I mean, we still had lackluster All-Star games, though. They just were a little bit more competitive. I feel like Jordan's last All-Star game, not fantastic.
Last, though, is not the best comparison.
But even then,
was that young Kobe?
No, but those guys didn't like each other. That's the difference.
Yes.
Like, everybody wasn't best friends. Like, all these dudes move teams so fucking often that, like, they're just friends with fucking everybody. Like, there's very few fucking situations where these guys don't fucking like each other. There's nobody that comes in and is like, fuck you guys. I just want to fucking win. Eat a dick. I don't want to be your friend. Jordan did that. And when Jordan did that, and the league was already fucking tight before then. People were taking elbows to the fucking head on a nightly basis. Like, the NBA wasn't clean before Jordan. Like, and it wasn't clean after Jordan either. It just started being so lackadaisical and pussical. Hey, a new word.
Wow.
In the 2020s, in my opinion, 2010s weren't great either, but the 2020s has been just a worldwide dick sucking party for the NBA players to dick suck each other and themselves at the same time. I don't get it. I like competitive shit. I like when somebody's like, go fuck yourself. I just feel like you get way more of that in hockey because fighting is a part of the game. Have you ever seen a fucking NBA player square up? Like, I don't even know. It just doesn't.
Yeah, I have, but no.
How can you be that big and be that much of a pussy? Like, it makes no sense to me. But yeah.
So, if there was a side to vote on, as in unsavable, or there's something that can be done, where would you put your money?
Get rid of all of them. Get rid of all All-Star games.
It sucks. It sucks though. And then one thing I'll say is, and then we'll move on to weekly wagers and wrap up, is that it sucks that it's come to that, because I remember being as a kid, the All-Star game was a spectacle. Like, it was amazing to me to be like, wow, I've gone to All-Star games, gone to the red carpet, saw all the players, you see them all compete. Like, it was awesome. And it kind of just fell apart. And with the league, it's just something that they're going to have to figure out on their own. Who will be a major underdog in the next NFL season that has a good chance of making playoffs?
We'll touch on this in a second, but I do have one point. Like, the All-Star game did come along at a point in time when you couldn't see all the teams, right? There wasn't like a package that you could order.
Yeah.
So like the All-Star game, when they come together, you're like, oh shit, this guy's from Seattle or this guy's from here. I don't get to see him play. So this is cool
true.
to see him, just because you would just hear stories and see highlights maybe, and you know what I mean, read things about it. But we don't have that now. We know what these guys are doing 24/7. We also know their burner accounts on fucking every goddamn social media. Like, there's no secrecy anymore, but outside of fucking the fact that LeBron James takes all the HGH in the world, there's no fucking secrets, dude. It's all fucking out in the open. These guys are media trained from like a very young age now. And they also, like, if a kid's good at basketball now, they just play basketball. That's all they do. They just play Do you know how fucking boring you would be if you just played basketball for your entire life? Like, these guys aren't fucking dynamic, like, in any sort of capacity. The only one that's dynamic grew up in a fucking war-torn country, then fucking loves horses more than he does the game that he plays. Like, that's the only dynamic one there. And that's why you're seeing these international players, like, take this next leap up. These guys are born playing all sorts of goddamn sports. Not to mention the fact that they all wanted to be soccer stars anyways and got thrust into this fucking basketball situation
because they're tall.
They were too tall to play soccer. That's it. So it's like they're not their first choice, but these guys come into the league and they're well traveled. Like, they have personalities. They're not afraid to say shit. They interview Jokic after he wins the title. He's like, oh my God, I got to go to a fucking parade after this? You're fucking kidding me. Now, if you ask the same thing to LeBron, he's going to give you the media trained answer. But wouldn't you want LeBron to be like, dude, I just want to go to fuck home. Like, do I have to fucking be paraded around? Yeah, I connect with that person, not fucking this media trained fucking zombified fucking NBA we have right now.
That has to be one of my favorite takes ever out of Double Down Dan on Degen Fantasy. Beautifully well done. In a way, ignorance is bliss with sports, and it used to be. Yeah. Beautiful take. We're going to take in Shadow's question here. Wow. I'm kind of floored with that one. Shadow says, who will be a major underdog in the NFL next season that has a good chance of making the playoffs? I say the Falcons. We can all give one team, then we'll go to weekly wagers. Dan, who is your underdog team? I have mine already.
Well, come back to me. Brian, you got one ready?
Dallas.
And a short explanation. Ready? Go.
He's like, Dallas.
I mean, they have a ton of cap space that they can spend this year. You have one of the best defensive players in the league in Michael Parsons.
Top pick in the draft.
If they can put a decent defensive line next to him, that's going to be a nasty defense. Plus, I mean, I know I make fun of Dak. Everyone makes fun of Dak, but at the end of the day, he's still throwing to one of a top 5 receiver in the league in CD Lamb. So, yeah,
Ashton,
I mean,
Ashton Genty can be in the
figure out
fold.
all the pieces in the offseason. I think they have a very good chance of making the playoffs, especially if 7 teams make the playoffs in one side.
Beautiful take. I like that one as well. My sleeper pick for next NFL season is I'm going to go with probably one that's really been a shot in the dark. Based on their probably the last 7 games of the season, I'm going the Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young out of nowhere decided to start putting some games together, put a scare into my $1,000 parlay to the point where I pulled it out early and still hit, thank God. But somehow later on in the season put it together with they got a deep running back core of a lot. They've like 30 running backs. I don't know what they're going to pivot to, but Xavier Legette, a young talent, Adam Thielen doing his thing. They have Deontay Johnson still. Didn't he leave and go to Baltimore and come back? I think if they get a good draft pick,
they claimed him They claimed him off of waivers, but they only claimed him so they could get a compensatory pick. Like I think they're going to get a 4th round pick when they cut him.
So regardless, they got some good picks in the draft this year, and I think they are poised to do a little bit better and be a good sleeper. Dan, who is your sleeper for next NFL season?
To be honest, I kind of don't want to say this, but I think it's gonna be the Las Vegas Raiders. I like that they finally have a coach. I think they have talent there. I'm curious to see what the draft pick is this year. I think they could make a splash if you get somebody opposite of Max Crosby. I feel like that's kind of the ticket anyways, but I think they have a lot of fucking cap space as well. They have a lot of opportunities to fucking make their team better. So I'd go Las Vegas Raiders.
They don't have a quarterback.
Yeah, but they can draft.
Get one in the draft.
They can sign a quarterback, by the way.
Fair enough.
Antonio says playing Chicago.
The NFC West, depending on what Stafford does. If the Rams trade Stafford, which there's rumors that he could potentially be on the block, that division's wide open. So whether it's San Francisco or Seattle, who won 10 games last year, I think the NFC West could be wide open, depending on what Stafford does.
I think as well. I hope he comes to New York, honestly.
Why would
I don't know, but that's just a lot of talk about it.
Close to even competing for anything.
Yeah, I know. That's why we need a fucking quarterback.
You think Chicago's got it?
Not with that offensive line.
I don't think you got it with that.
Say it like you mean it. Not with that offensive line.
I don't know. I just think the biggest upgrade organizationally in the NFL this past offseason is definitely the Raiders, in my opinion.
We'll see what they do.
Yeah. We'll see what the fucking what they pick up on free agency. But yep.
All right. Any picks, gentlemen, before we wrap up stream here?
I got picks.
Hold on.
Dan, how much money do you have for the week?
I literally have $80 left, and I'm making a comeback. This is how we're doing it. I went big on okay, but you know what? I went big on Bowling Green. I went big on UCLA. It's only because I had those with 5 points of value. I like those plays. They've been hitting at a very good clip this year. Bound to lose. Regression's very real. But UCLA minus 11.5 should have hit, Bri. You and I both know that. They blew that fucking game wide open in the first half and just absolutely crumbled towards the end of it. And Bowling Green, I think we were on the right side there. Yeah, we lost. But
yeah, and I got Bowling Green at 10.5, so late. So the pick you gave me hit.
UCLA got fucking absolutely stupid as fuck in the second half. But I'm going to Michigan versus Michigan State tonight. I'm hitting Michigan minus 380 to win 72.
Beautiful.
And I have 2 picks tonight.
Oh, hold on.
Saucy.
Here's Bri.
I have St. Peter's versus Mount St. Mary over 132.
St. Peter's and Mount St. Mary's.
Okay. It's minus 110, so 55 to win 50.
Okay.
And Dayton versus Loyola Chicago, over 140.5, 55 to win 50.
Over 140.5.
Nice.
Game is live right now. 11:27 left in the first quarter, and then the St. Peter's game is also live. The lines have moved to over 131 and 136.
Not good.
Not great.
Not good.
Do you like those? Do you like those numbers?
Yeah, if you could get them lower than he just gave them out, absolutely.
Okay. All right, cool. I'm gonna lock
Plenty
in.
of time. These games just started. Plenty of time. Yeah. So that's what we got. Rocky Prop, do you have the wildest parlay known to man for us tonight?
I would have Truck and Xfinity matchups, but I don't see them on any book. So
tomorrow morning,
probably
we could throw them out on Twitter. We could throw them out on Twitter if we need to.
We can
just
do that.
text me and I'll put them up.
All right, so I did place your guys' parlay.
Nice.
The overs and then the Michigan. It is 25 to 170, well 145. But I do have one parlay. I have not been on Fanatics in a minute, and I didn't really touch any of the money that I won last night in FanDuel. But I had $35 in bonus money, so I put together an 8-leg parlay. Just for fuck it, free money. It is
35 to win what?
$1,326. And he's back. Hold on.
8 legs.
8 legs. It's
Jesus
free money,
Christ.
so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna throw out a fatty. And it's also one of those props that you can't like divvy up, so I just threw it on there.
Did you get like a little tingly in your penis when you did this? Be honest with me. Did you get a little
I'm fucking bricked
He's
up right now
back.
just talking about it.
Back.
All right.
He's
Yeah, I'm
back.
employed, so we're good. All right, I got Bucks money line. They're down 11 to 19 right now against the Wizards in the first half. I have Jalen Williams from the Oklahoma City Thunder plus 15 points. I have Shea Gilgeous-Alexander under 32.5 points. I have the Thunder Jazz game over the 20. Did I mean to take over? Yeah, over 234.5. Did I mean to take over? I think I meant to take under. I don't know. Thunder money line. I meant to totally take under.
No, I blew it already.
I probably blew it already. And then I have under 237 for the Pelicans Mavs game, and then Mavs money line, Heat money line. Did I mean to take the over on that? I'm not sure. But yeah, there's the parlay.
I've never seen a more
Confident play, huh?
less confident play in my life.
Hold on. Where
There's
is...
the parlay, guys. That was rough.
Yeah, I meant to take the under. Totally did not mean to take the over.
Sometimes you just got to roll with it because maybe that's the reason you win this. You know what I mean?
If it's not, I'm going to take a long jump off a short cliff.
Well, you don't need to because it's bonus money anyways. I'm just glad to see you're back in the game. Obviously, because you're not a moron, that 8-leg parlays don't fucking hit that often. So don't be surprised.
But I'd like my fair crack at what I liked. Damn it, dude. Fuck, who cares? All right.
Fucking a mess right now. Hey, listen, I'm not going to give you too much shit. Just glad you found your balls again and decided to throw out a bet. Bri, in May, I will be in Connecticut. It's not April anymore. So May 9th through the 12th.
More time to work on my 40.
So mark those days down, Bri. Mark them down.
May 9th through the what?
May 9th to the 12th, I will be there.
Is that a weekend?
It sure is, Bri.
Sure is, buddy.
9th, Friday. 10th, Saturday. 11th, say it with me, Sunday. 12th, Monday. Can you hear me?
He can hear you.
I can hear you.
All right.
So basically, the combine, if Bri can make it, will go down May. I cannot wait to watch Rocky Prop nail a 65-yard field goal, then a 50-yard field goal, then run a sub 4.4 40. Then what was a throwing competition as well?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna clear that.
Oh yeah, he's going to throw NFL football at least 40 yards, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
You need to purchase an NFL football.
I have one. I'm ready.
Are you going to bring it on the plane with you?
Yeah,
Where's the
I'll
NFL
fucking
football?
walk right through security with that fucking thing, Bri.
They're like,
What
sir,
are they
that's a
gonna do?
projectile
You better
weapon.
put that shit up. There's no deflated balls that are being thrown.
No, it's gonna be standard NFL inflation. We're not gonna have
Y'all aren't gonna check the PSI. You're gonna pump it to the max.
No,
it's gonna be
we
like
are not.
throwing
We're
a
gonna be checking
basketball.
PSI. I don't want any type of Tom Brady bullshit going on this.
Yeah, by the way, I hope you guys know I can throw a basketball 40 yards.
Okay, I'd also pay to see that as well. So if you want to
Add it to the list. Add it to the list.
I would love to see you throw a basketball 50 yards.
Okay.
He can do it, Bri. That's just another punishment if it doesn't happen.
There's zero chance.
I'm just gonna
There's
keep
zero
digging a hole.
fucking chance.
I'm just gonna keep digging a hole here, aren't I?
No, listen, every time
I'm writing
you do
my
it,
letter. So I did my taxes last night. So, dear Rocket Mortgage, I would like to take
out a second mortgage
out on my house.
Sincerely, Admiral Brian.
Yes.
They're gonna be like, "Is everything okay?" You're like, "Everything's great.
Everything's fucking fantastic," because Rocky Props is not going to throw a basketball.
All right, listen. If I pass at least one of these things to the discretion of what we discussed, shush.
No, hold on. You think you can slap? That was the last one. You also think you can slap shot a puck 90 miles an hour?
I could definitely get close. Yeah, I can. Yeah, let's do it.
This is the most ego-driven shit I've ever heard in my life, dude.
Dan, I'm
wild.
Dan, listen, I'm a superhuman athlete.
Hey, what did? Okay, buddy.
Dan, he's like, oh, and next week I'm gonna jump in a Nextel Cup car and win the Atlanta race.
I'm like Frankie Muniz.
Frankie is actually a pretty terrible driver, but he got in. He got in the old-fashioned way.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I can get a green jacket in like
with
2 weeks of training.
What are we talking about? Golf?
With golf, yeah, buddy.
I don't even want to talk about this.
They call me Rocky Woods, buddy.
No, they don't. Nobody has ever called you Rocky Woods before.
You just did.
When's the last time you played golf, Rocky? When's the
last time I played golf? I just got back from golf.
If Rocky could drive the ball further than my 7-iron, that would be a challenge.
Are you a golfer?
Yeah,
Brian would. What's your handicap, Brian?
About 18.
18.
I played bogey golf.
Yeah,
I'm not great.
Listen, 18's not bad. I'll tell you that. 18 isn't bad at all, dude. That's
I'm 4 under right now.
I don't even want to talk to you anymore. This is ridiculous, dude. You are not if you were a superhuman athlete, you'd be in college playing sports right now.
Although I will say hockey players are good at golf.
Oh, I know. They are.
That being said,
I don't think you've ever played a round of golf before.
I've never played a round of golf.
I'm go ahead and double down on that and say I don't think you've played a round of golf before.
I've never played a round of golf before, but I'm nice at the driving range.
That is not the same thing, buddy.
I know it's not, but no, but Brian said if I can hit it farther than his 7-iron over the fucking golf term, he said.
Hold on, wait. Let's make this interesting. I think when we're up there, you and Bri play 9 holes, and if you come within 10 shots of Bri's score on the first front 9, I will give you $100.
Dude, I've been dying to play golf. I've always wanted to get out on the green. I will do that.
If you come within 10 strokes of Bri on the front 9, I will give you $100. I think that's very fair.
Okay, but can there be a little stipulation?
What?
Can I scream every time he swings?
No, absolutely not.
Like right before he makes contact.
You're not getting you're already getting 10 strokes.
I'm just kidding. 10 strokes?
Jesus.
10 strokes?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bri rips 10 of those every night.
I'm very comfortable with that. Now, listen, you can either pay me back or you could give me 100 or you could take another punishment. So I'm cool.
Honestly, I will do the punishments as long as they do not correlate to tattoos or hair shaving. That's it. That's fair.
You can't restrict. You cannot restrict.
I'm not shaving any.
Then I'm gonna start restricting my wallet, and Brian is as well.
And do that. If you have to take money off to save my hair, I'm not. The only hair on my body is here and here.
You cannot place restrictions on this. Obviously, we won't make you go into a gay bar and pick up like a dude or something, but I think we should have carte blanche. We're not going to put you in any sexual danger. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. But I'm just asking for you. Get creative with your fucking good. Put me in a cage at a line.
Buddy,
shave my head.
You have no idea. Did you read the last script I wrote? You don't think I could get creative?
God.
Yeah. I think
he's like Rocky Prop goes to New York City and licks every turnstile handle.
I would. Oh my God, that would be amazing. Yo, that
is what you're saying.
Yeah, where do I get golf clubs?
Oh my God, the kid doesn't even have clubs.
Does Dan have clubs?
Just saying, I might be willing to put up $5,000 on this.
Who's paying you?
I feel like 10 strokes is not enough, to be honest.
If I could, no.
If he's never played golf before.
Never in my life. Give me 20.
20 on the front nine, Bri. 20.
20 through 9 holes. I've never played golf in my life.
That's okay.
I mean,
you gotta be god awful to get 20 strokes.
I don't know anything about
hit a 12.
Yeah. I don't know anything about golf, but I have been called a sandbagger.
I don't know if that was racist or not. Don't say that out in the open ever again.
How about 18, which is 2 strokes a hole?
I think we can do 18. That's fine.
2 strokes a hole.
Okay.
Where are we going to find all the time to do this? How long are you guys coming here for?
Listen, I have
coming here to shoot the movie and Rocky Olympics.
New Haven Pizza Tour.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a lot of things to do, and we also have to make a movie in between. So we got a lot of things to do.
All right, real quick, time out. Last, first and foremost, okay? Dan's actually coming.
Yeah.
It's this guy that's like, oh, yeah. Are you actually going to take off work to come and watch me run?
Am I?
Yeah.
If I can get off of work, yes, I will.
What are we, 2 months in advance?
Yeah, I feel like enough time.
I have enough points for a flight. I would have to find an Airbnb.
You sleep with me, baby.
I'm not sleeping with you, Rocky. I'm not sleeping.
I'd
like to see Bri like walk in your house just once.
No, I would not. Don't let him in my house.
Bri, you've never been in a house like this before. It's the craziest thing ever.
It's
on a slant, Bri. It's like you walk when you're walking straight up, you're walking like this. It's the craziest thing ever.
So, what's the plan for Friday?
I think the plan is to do this Friday. That's the plan.
When are we shooting till? Wait, you're doing it before?
I'm flying in on Thursday. I'm gonna fly in on
Thursday. Then when do you leave?
Probably Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
So it's not the 9th to 12th.
Well, for me, no. We're shooting. I have to finish up a movie that we made.
And when are you shooting the movie?
The 9th through the 12th is when we're shooting the movie.
Yeah.
But we're not going to be shooting all day, is what I mean. So we definitely have to do this. I have to watch Rocky try to kick a field goal. I cannot wait. I can't tell you. I can't wait.
So here's my idea.
Yes.
I fly in Friday.
Okay.
We do this shit.
Mm-hmm.
You guys film on Saturday and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Or Saturday and Sunday. And then Sunday night after you guys wrap, we go to the casino.
Oh, that's nice.
Go to
and then I'm
in.
I just stay up all night, don't even sleep, and take an Uber to the airport on Monday.
All right. I have a trusted source. Will you do a little nose candy with me if I get it?
No,
none of that around the train. None.
No.
I saw a wink, Bri. I got you.
I'm good.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, you know what? You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna be like, boop, 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 boop. Oh, Bri, look, I fell out of my pocket. I'm so sorry.
15 years ago, yes.
Hey, one stipulation
Yeah.
real quick.
Okay, Bri. All right. Don't act all uppity now. We're going to the casino. We're going to be doing
I will
some
be casino. We're just gonna be playing slots. All right. The one last stipulation here.
What?
One last stipulation. Okay. We're playing roulette.
Wait,
one last
you're only going to
stipulation.
play slots?
No, I was kidding. I was trying to save your job. Okay. One last stipulation here.
Right away.
Oh, we're playing it. I'm a nasty beast of roulette. Anyway, the only way that I will participate.
A pro
Hey, hold on.
kicker, a pro fucking quarterback. He's nasty at the biggest game of chance on the planet. I don't even know how that's possible. How can you be good at roulette?
I'm incredible at roulette. I swear.
My head.
This is great because Saturday and Sunday I'll play golf by myself while you guys are doing the movie, and I'll meet up with you guys every night, each night.
Yeah, just get fucking hammered. I'm ready for it.
So all right, so if I can't play golf with Brian though, there's a driving range where I play hockey, which is
Why
down
would
the
you
street.
be able to play golf with me?
Because you're going to be golfing while we're shooting. You just said you're going to be golfing all weekend while we're shooting. How are we going to golf?
We'll still be able to play golf. We'll just have to make time for you to play golf.
Okay. Kevin,
I would actually give Bri 20 strokes on like a putt-putt course, honestly.
Yo, honestly, there's a pop-up pursuers too. Honestly, you know what's really funny is that older brother, if y'all don't know, my older brother Kev is kind of the ringleader of all the movie shit. He has no idea this is going on. So like, he has no idea everyone's coming out here with like he thinks it's for the movie.
He's gonna be when I'm like, hey, I gotta go film a field goal kicking competition.
No, because it's always gonna be something. He'd be like, hey Kev, we're on break right now. Cool. All right, Rocky's gonna go hit a 90-mile-an-hour slap shot real quick.
Yo, I have to see the 90. But how do we even clock that? Is there a way to clock that?
We just go. Before you come, I can buy a radar gun on Amazon.
All right, we got to get this shit together. We need to start talking about what we need to make this shit happen.
All right, hold on.
We definitely need a fucking. What's that thing called that holds the ball, Bri? I'm so high right now, I can't remember. What is it? What is the thing that holds the ball?
Kickstand.
The NFL football.
Oh, a tee.
Tee. Boom. We need
Jesus
to get a tee.
Christ.
We need to get a tee. What else do we need? We need to get a radar gun. Didn't you say you could throw a ball, like throw a baseball at 80 miles an hour too?
I can throw a baseball pretty hard.
Right,
yeah. Yes is the answer. 80 miles an hour. The Rocky Olympics is gonna be fucking crack.
I don't know how you guys are gonna fit all this into your schedule.
Oh, dude, we're gonna fucking nail this. It's gonna be
great. All right, I'm looking.
We're ready.
All right, I'm looking at these radar things. They're all about $100.
How much camera time do you guys need?
On set?
Like shooting.
For the movie?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Saturday, Sunday will be pretty full, but Friday we should be able to just like it's.
So you have like 16 hours of movie stuff to do.
Give or take, yeah. Give or take.
Yeah, we can definitely go to stick time and do this hockey shot thing. That'll be like the easiest thing to do. Speed radar, multi-sports radar gun, hands-free, measured speed sensors.
How is it hands-free?
You put it down.
Right, we can do this off air. We don't have to fucking.
Okay. All right, guys, listen. So when they discover, when you guys discover that I'm a superhuman athlete, what I'm going to need from the winnings is I'm going to need you guys to somehow develop a way to get me in front of some scouts. Capiche?
Buddy, if you can do all of the things, if you could do all of the things that you said you could, we will get you on a college team tomorrow. I will represent you for this NIL deal. I cannot wait.
The NIL deals are saying like, dude, fuck, did you see this YouTube video we made?
He kicked 65-yard field goals. Look at this. Look at this right here. Look at it again.
Look at his 40.
Oh, yeah. Touchdown. You gotta run your 40. Oh, I can't wait for all of this.
Who do you, there's one more I kind of want to incorporate. Who has the best hands out of all of us? Because it doesn't really take a lot of skill or endurance. Who has the best hands catching footballs? I'll say me.
I feel like I'm not bad.
I feel like I'd say me. God. Brian couldn't catch a cold.
Brian is like a sneaky fucking athletic dude, buddy.
Yo, honestly,
athletic, man, I'm telling you,
bro, I was
bark up the wrong tree.
I was dead serious when I said I didn't know how tall he was. Honestly, he could have been like fucking Mr. fucking like Professor X from X-Men. Like every time he's on the stream, he's sitting. I goes, Bryce, stand up. He's like, what? Like, Bryce, stand up.
He's like 6'2", man. What are you fucking?
Oh, okay. Don't say six. Yeah, listen, by the way, all my friends about 6'5" plus. So like when I, iron sharp as iron. So like I be hooping against. Oh my God, we're doing free throws too, right?
Oh yeah, but that's competition between all of us.
Okay, there's a court like a minute walking from me right here.
I'm not going to that court.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
We need an actual court, dude.
It's an actual court.
Oh God! All right.
Where are we gonna go?
Dude, it's
the
been an hour
Spectrum.
There's nothing on right now, so let's just fucking wrap it up, please. Sign off,
right, guys.
Please, God.
All right, this has been Double Down Dan, Admiral Brian, Superhuman Athlete, Rocky Prop. Tuning out. Enjoy the games tonight, and yeah, go Team Canada and Sidney Crosby. Peace.
You son of a bitch.
Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Before I